Shalom. Want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahawashi. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. Striving for the hopeful elect during all afflictions. Seeking out your own salvation with fear and trembling. It's coming back with another video. I know brothers already jumped on this movie. Don't Look Up, that premiered on Netflix. I've been watching it off and on. Haven't really sat down to really thoroughly watch it, but I'm gonna focus mainly on the title of the movie, okay, and how Hollywood. We already know Hollywood is, its foundation is based off witchcraft and casting spells and things of that nature. It don't matter if it's Netflix, Hulu, whatever different avenue these producers and directors are trying to stream their movies through. It all leads to the same thing, and they all have the same mind frame and agenda. Okay, so the word not the word, this title, Don't Look Up. Now brothers that have seen it or not watched it, basically is going into disaster coming, destruction by way of a comet, right? Which is not biblical. That's not what in our reality, what's being seen out there is what they call UFOs, okay? Chariots, and according to the scriptures, which are the crafts, the technology, the power, the glory of Yahawashi, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh or Jesus. That's who's coming. Okay, that's what they're witnessing. So they're gonna tell the people, which is going into propaganda. Okay, so they, just like Adawamium, they have a political, war that goes on with other nations. Like for example, North Korea, they have what they call propaganda. So they'll make movies. They'll set up lies to demonize and stuff like that. That other nation, out of mockery, false narratives and all this types of stuff. Well, Adawamium does the same thing against Yahawashi and of heavenly hosts and of his people on the earth, which are you Negro Latinos and Native American Indians, who are the elect, okay, the chosen, the small remnant, the 12 tribes of Israel. He does the same thing. So this movie is to me is like a propaganda against what is written in the scriptures, because they'll have a little bit of truth. That's how Adawamium operates. He'll put in truth and then put in lies. So it's up to the seer, the listener, the hearer to be able to separate the meat from the bones, okay, by way of the scriptures, because the scriptures it reigns supreme as truth, and the scriptures is what helps you filter things. That's what gives you that spiritual insight, that spiritual eye, okay, and the Lord will operate and work through you to see these things. So, like I said, I haven't watched the movie all the way through, but more or less I know what it's about, what it's going towards. But what stuck out to me is the title, Don't Look Up. Okay. Now we know that, like I said, Hollywood likes to use witchcraft, and you don't always have to cast a spell on somebody by way of doing some type of a ritual in a in a unlocated area, some place hidden in the woods or some type of building out in the middle of nowhere. No, you can do it with words. Okay, you can do it with a simple word, and behind that word carries some weight, some form of force, because we know that words do have a force. They have energy. Okay, so right there is a dead giveaway to this movie. Don't Look Up. That right there is already casting a spell on individual people that are meet to fall into that, because we know what the scriptures say here. That's why I'm gonna bring out here in Luke chapter 21 and 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, right? So a lot of these scientists and stuff like that, these monthly prognosticators and stuff like that, they're fearing. They know what's going on. They see that they're the ones that are monitoring the cosmos, or the not the cosmos, but the heavens. Okay, they're astronomers, and astrologists. They're the ones that monitoring all that stuff via satellites. You know, high equipped telescopes. Okay, so they could see way out there, man. They can see stuff that we can't see with the naked eye. But we know, brothers, that the Lord has given us certain, witnesses of what the heavens is able to produce. Okay, whether it be a chariot, or the changing of the moon, the blood moons, just different things that happen within the heavens. So these people, they're in great fear, man. But they ain't coming out into the public and telling nobody what it is that's coming. So they make up all different types of stuff. But right now, they're jumping on the whole UFO thing, But that right there, there's a twist to it. Okay, for years they've already been brainwashing the people that is some creature, some devil that's coming from the heavens to kill and destroy everybody, which is partially true, but it's not on the negative side. It's only going to be on the negative side towards those that have all their life been living wickedly. Okay, and it's evil in the eyes of Adawamian, because he knows that Yahawashi is coming back to take him out the way and set up his people once again, and once and for all, to rule. Point blank, period. So that's the only way they're looked at that way. But the majority of the masses of the people, they think it's some type of demon coming to destroy and kill, and just what they show in the movies. They have no understanding. So going back to Luke chapter 21, verse 27, it says, "And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory." Right, that word cloud there is going back to a chariot. Okay, it's not no meteor or a comet or asteroid. It's nothing like that. Okay, though though there might be those big meteors or asteroids following along the chariot because of the great force that is coming behind them. So let's get this one real quick. So I'm just using my sword right here to go through these scriptures. See, this is Psalms 104:3. "Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind, and maketh his angel spirits and his ministers a flaming fire." Right. So he maketh the clouds his chariot. Okay. So that's the understanding on that. So let's go back over here to Luke. Luke 21 and 28, 27. "And when they shall see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory." That's that fathership, which is what they would call a mothership, right? But really it's Yahweh and his son Yahawashi. Yahawashi is coming back. It says, "And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up." It don't say don't look up. It says, "And then look up." Because right here, this "Don't Look Up" movie, all it is it's an enchantment. Okay, it's witchcraft to getting people to not want to do that, to look at this as comedy, to see that this reality, that what is spoken in the scriptures, the prophecies, is a joke, that it's a fairy tale. Okay, because there's plenty of people in my life that don't believe that destruction is coming. They don't believe it. But then when I ask them, what? But if you did believe it, would you want to believe it? They say no. Why? Because they're afraid. So it's fear that keeps them from wanting to see the reality. So they continue to stay within that spell, that enchantment, that false reality. Okay? Not realizing that, whether it be themselves, their own mind, could be an enemy to themselves, or it could be a spell that's upon them. Okay? So that word right here, that title, don't look up, is contrary to the scriptures. It's telling you to look up the Bible. Right here, I'll read it again. Luke 21:28. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. So this movie, when you watch it, it has a mix of it's like, okay, it's gonna fall. This, how can I explain it? It's like casting the seed, the scriptures, the parable of the sower and the seed. That when he casts out that seed, it's not always gonna fall on good ground. I mean, the good ground are the ones that are meant to receive it. The bad ground are the ones that are not meant to receive that seed. There's no growth going to happen there. Okay, so it's the same thing with this movie. This movie, you're either going to believe that destruction is coming, or you're not going to believe it, and you're not going to want to look up. The ones that know that destruction is coming, they're going to be looking up to what? For salvation. Okay, because they know that the redemption draweth nigh. Salvation is coming. So that's what that is, man. That's what I was primarily wanting to focus on this video. It's taken me a while to make the video, not only because of they put that strike on me. I thought it was gonna be 3 months. When I went on the desktop YouTube, it said not until March. But last night, which was January the 3rd, I didn't even mean to do it, but it ended up uploading a video on accident. It was the 2-minute one, and it uploaded, and I was like, oh hell! Like, I guess they, had mercy, or Yahawashi showed mercy. But according to the desktop YouTube, it said that I was gonna be inactive for 3 months. I don't know. Sometimes I don't really know all the BS that goes on with these policies and stuff like that. But you know what? Let me bring this one here. In Revelations chapter 1:7, it says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. And that's what they're afraid of. These people are afraid of that. They don't want to be living, and they don't want to be in reality. Just like in the movie Matrix, they want to be stuck in that simulated life, that fabricated life. Okay, that's what this place is. It's like a big simulation. It's a deception, deceiving. Okay, and you don't want to fall into that. Matter of fact, let me get this one here. And Galatians chapter 3 verse 1. O foolish Galatians, who hath bewitched you, that you should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Yahawashi Mashiach had been evidently sent forth, crucified among you. Right? So the point that I'm bringing out in this one is that who had bewitched you? Okay? Just like Eve was deceived by way of the serpent. It's the same thing. It's the same spirit, the same man that is on the earth that is doing the same working that he's been doing from the beginning of time. The only difference, he's perfected his craft. He's advanced through his technology, his algorithms, his AI, the system, the beast. Now he's going to implement the charagma. So it says, O foolish Galatians, who hath bewitched you that you should not obey the truth, before whose eyes Yahawashi Mashiach have been evidently set forth, crucified among you. And that comes through faith. That comes through faith that Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi, or Yahweh's son Yahawashi, was crucified and resurrected and ascended back to his Father. That comes through faith. That comes through believing. Okay? But that bewitching has been going on, and it's here. It's happening right now. This is Acts chapter 1 verse 3. To whom also he showed himself alive after his passion by many infallible proofs, being seen of them 40 days, and speaking of things pertaining to the kingdom of the Most High. And that's what he's been telling us from the beginning of time. The things that pertain to the kingdom of the Most High. And the prophets and to the men, to the prophets that are in our time right now, saying the same thing. The same story, the same line, the same script is being spoken, telling you, look up for your redemption. The redemption draw at nigh. When you see these things come to pass, look up. The Lord never said don't look up. So this right here is already an enchantment. Okay, they're already casting a spell on you, and it says right here, 2 low-level astronomers must go on a giant meteor tour to warn mankind of an approaching comet that will destroy planet Earth. And if you look at it that sense too, that you can look at us, the brothers that are on the highways and the byways, starting with the elders of Great Millstone. You can look at them as at low level, and nobody's wanting to hear. But we know through the scriptures that the Lord set us base men to do those things and to bring forth His word. Bring forth his to send forth his word and bring forth the things that are meet to be, part of that great feast, which is the elect, the 1/3. Okay, the elect. They're the only ones that are gonna listen, because the Lord has given us the platform over on the internet, which is YouTube, as a media source to publish the word throughout the 4 corners of the earth. And when you watch the movie, they're mocking them. They're having little smart ass comments within their script, making mockery. And you could tell that the Leonardo DiCaprio and that female that he's with, they're serious. They're very serious and adamant about what they saw and what's going on. It's just like with those brothers, it's the same thing. That's why you publish it, and to those, not to just a specific individual person. You do it. You just cast the word out to the air, man. You throw that line into the water when you go fishing. You throw that line into the water, and just in hopes that something does bite. You don't go to a specific area where you see a bunch of fish or something like that and you throw it in there. You go to the open water, okay, and you wait patiently and you do your job. That's why the Lord is likened to the men on the highways and the byways as fishers of men. Okay? In hopes that you're going to gather something. So I just wanted to bring that out. Yahawashi didn't tell us to look down. He told us to look up. And real quick, let me go here and look up enchant. Enchant, it says to influence by or as by charms and incantation, bewitch, to attract and move deeply, roused to ecstatic admiration. So it's to influence by or as if by charms and incantation, to bewitch. Let's look up bewitch. To influence or affect, especially injuriously by witchcraft, to cast a spell over. And that's what that title to that movie is. It's a spell. Okay, instead of saying look up, instead of them making the movie and telling you, hey man, this is what's really gonna go down, and listen to it. There's a better message to it, not just always some BS and some shit you have to maneuver through just to see what's going on. And like I said, that word propaganda, see. It says, number 2, it says the spreading of ideas, information, or rumor for the purpose of helping or injuring an institution, cause, or a person. So their whole agenda is not to help the cause of the Hebrew Israelites, the Negro Latinos, the Native American Indians, or the campaign of Yahawashi, his come and return. It's to cause injury. It's to lead other people astray. But like I said, the Wamyan will put in truth and lies. So it's up to you through the spirit of Yahawashi to maneuver through it and to get the meat and separate the meat from the bone. The bone representing lies, which can choke and kill you. The meat is what is going to make you whole, your protein. Okay? So it's the spreading of ideas, information, or rumor for the purpose of helping or injuring an institution, cause, or a person. See right here, idea number 3, ideas, facts, or allegations spread deliberately to further one's cause or to damage an opposing cause. That's where the mockers and scoffers are coming in the last days. Okay. Also, a public action having such an effect. All right. So that's what it is. It's propaganda against Yahawashi Yahawashi and against the you brothers out in the highways and the byways that are preaching and prophesying of what is spoken of in the scriptures. Okay, whether it be the downfall of Great Babylon, okay, or the downfall of Adawamium and the Galwayum, okay, and preaching who salvation is for, which is Yasha'Allah, okay. So I just wanted to bring that out to show, that specific thing that stuck out to me, and I've been wanting to make the video on it regarding that. And like I said, it's nothing but witchcraft, propaganda, and enchantment and the bewitching. So with that, I hope it was edifying. Till next time, I want to say shalom.